Welcome to Real Cooking. I'm your host, Duncan Mackey. Today we're fishing the beautiful Chesapeake Bay from the Matapeake Pier. Today we're fishing for catfish.
We had a 90-minute drive over to Stevensville, Maryland, and got to cross the Chesapeake Bay Bridge.
On our way here, we stopped by Chesapeake Outdoors.
We spent some time looking around at all of the amazing tackle. With so many options, it's always best to check with a local guide. So we headed to the counter to check in with our new friend Matt.
Hi Matt, can you give us any tips for fishing for stripers?
Yeah, right now stripers are biting on the bottom pretty much. You're gonna want to use any kind of bait like blood worms or soft crabs, peelers. We got some peelers right here. So what you're gonna do is, this is just your rig pretty much. You're gonna tie this to your main line, and then we need hooks. I'd use these just regular 2-aught snelled, and then show you how to put them on the line here. Put it through, put the hook through the loop, it cooperates, and just pull it tight. And then where you're gonna bait up. And then for your weight, just unclip that, put it back on, good to go. And crabs. Alright, so these are peelers. What you're going to do is take the top shell off. And then you take the claws off, whatever you want to do. You can crack the claws up, use the claws as bait. What I do is I cut them into 4, right across the top there. And then I take the hook and put it through the knuckle. Like the knuckle of the legs, so they stay on better, they don't come off easy. Same with the hook, or with the claws, put it through that joint or that knuckle right there so they don't come off. And then that's it pretty much.
Thanks a lot for the tips, Matt.
You're welcome, buddy.
Like Matt suggested, we rigged some poles with quarter crabs and other poles with crab claws. Matt also told us about using bells on the end of our poles, which would ring when we got a bite. After we got our big rod set, we used our small rods at different locations around the pier. Then out of nowhere, we heard our bell ringing. Fish on! Fish on! No! What did he go for? Crab? Oh my gosh.
This guy's massive.
Monster catfish. It's a sea catfish. We caught him on the crab, just like Matt said. Ooh. I'm not going near that then. Once we got on the fish, the action was intense.
And we gotta go home.
Keep going. We'll come to you. Keep going. Pull your fish in. Yeah, he on the boat up.
That's a big cat.
Good job. He's nice
Duncan, reel. Reel.
I can't.
Good job, fellas.
Thank you. Another sea cat.
That's right, teamwork.
Oh, it swallowed it.
Spot at the end of its tail.
After a perfect day of fishing, it was time to head home to the kitchen. While cleaning your catfish, you need to be very careful to avoid spines on the dorsal fin and pectoral fins. Because the knife is sharp and so are the fins, be sure to ask your parents for help. First, you make a shallow cut behind the gill plate. Then another along the top the whole way back to the tail. And another along the bottom. Using a set of pliers, peel the skin off. Use your knife to cut the fillet away from the bones. Repeat for the other side and the other fish, and you are ready to cook. We had a wonderful day on the pier. We're gonna grill our catfish on cedar planks. As always, the first thing we do is wash our hands. The first thing we have to do is soak our cedar planks in water. We've rinsed our fillets and we're ready to put them on the planks. The reason that you soak your cedar planks is to prevent them from catching on fire. Make sure your fillets don't hang over the edge of the planks or they will burn on the grill. Tonight we're doing 2 different types of seasoning. We're gonna have a spicy one using Old Bay. Then we'll have a mild one using frying batter. You want a nice even coat of your seasonings. Now we want to add a little bit of salt and pepper to our breading. Now we're heading to the grill. Preheat your grill to 375 degrees and then lay your planks on. For this recipe, we're going to have a side of fresh corn on the cob. Cook your fillets for about 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, we're going to add a little bit of butter to our fish. Then we're going to cook it for 5 more minutes and then we should be done. Your fish should flake easily with a fork when it is done. Plate your fish in a beautiful presentation and share it with your family. That's it for this episode of Real Cookin'. Catch you later!